Shalom Aleichem, welcome one, welcome all to the weekly Parsha. This week is Parshat Yitro. Yitro was the father-in-law of Moshe Rabbeinu. It was to his house that Moshe fled from Paro, and he helped his daughters to feed the flock. And he married the eldest daughter, Tzipora. So Yitro was Moshe's father-in-law, and Yitro was an interesting fellow. Yitro was a leading idolater, perhaps the leading idolater of the generation. There wasn't an idolatry in the world that he didn't serve. And yet, when Moshe came to his house, he recognized, just even before actually when Moshe Rabbeinu came, he recognized the greatness of Moshe, but even before that actually, he recognized that the idolatry was nothing. So the Parsha starts off, Vayishma Yisro. Yisro heard all the things that Hashem did to the Jews. They took them out of Egypt, they split the Red Sea, he had the battle of Amalek, the manna, the water, everything that was happening, all the miracles, the clouds of glory that surrounded the Jews and whatnot. It says, Vayishma Yisro. So the Svarim asks, Yisro was the only one in the world that heard what took place, right? Yisro was the only one. The Zohar answers, no, everybody heard. Everybody knew what was going on with the Jews. I mean, Amalek came to do battle because they heard of miracles that are happening to the Jews. So everyone heard that. But Yisro, Vayishma. Vayishma means he heard with his ear. Good. He listened. He he observed what was going on, and he learned a lesson from it. That's Yisro. Yisro is somebody who learns the lesson, who is willing to look at everything that's happening around him and to recognize the truth and to shed and shun all idolatries and all the falsehoods that we live with, all the disruptive moments that we make for ourselves by getting involved with all the different things that we do and misleading ourselves and distorting the true picture of our lives. Yisro was not that way. So the Gemara says, why was he called Yisro? From the word extra, yeter, extra, because he added a parsha in the Torah. He added a whole parsha in the Torah. That's what happens when we listen. Rabbi Nosson says elsewhere, Parshas Masay, he says this is Numbers chapter 33. It says there, Eila Masay B'nai Yisrael. These are the travels of the Jews. They went, they traveled, they did this. And it has a whole listing there of every place they camped and decamped, and they encamped in the new places. They went again. Right? What's going on here, says Rabbi Nosson, is that to teach you that Yisro added a parsha in the Torah, you could too. All your life, when you get up and when you go down, when you travel, when you stay in one place, wherever it is that you're doing, Vayachanu, Vayisu, Vayachanu, whatever you're doing, you are making Torah happen. You are making Hashem's Torah applicable to you. You're making Hashem's Torah part of you. You're making Hashem's Torah something that you can get involved with, that you could do, that you could be part of. You are writing it. You are writing that Torah. It's amazing. It's really amazing what a person can do. And that's what happened with Yisro. So Yisro came out to the desert, and he brought Tzipora, Moshe's wife, and they had two children, Gershom and Eliezer, and he brought them to the camp of the Jews. But Moshe Rabbeinu took them with him when he went to Egypt to redeem the Jews. What were they doing by Yisro? right? When he came, Aaron told Moshe, don't bring your children into Egypt, right? Right now it's quiet for them. You bring them in, who knows what's going to happen here till we get redeemed and whatnot. We will get redeemed. But when? I don't know what's going to happen till then. So he sent them back. Moshe sent them back to Yisro. Now Yisro reunited the families together again, Baruch Hashem. And Moshe made a big feast in honor of Yisro. The next day, Yisro takes a look. Moshe Rabbeinu was sitting on a chair. He's the king. He's the ruler of Klal Yisrael. And they all come to him with their problems. And everyone piles up every day. We have this problem, we have this problem. It's a financial dispute, it's a seeking advice, whatever it is that you're supposed to be doing. So they come to Moshe. Moshe sits like a judge, king, on his chair. And people line up outside his door. Okay, next. This is going on. What's going on here? All right? Yisro takes a look at him and says, no way. You can't do it all by yourself. You're a tzaddik. You're beyond time. You're beyond space. You can go without food. He went 40 days and 40 nights without food. You can go without drink. You can go without sleep. You're a different person. The average person can't. You can't have them line up. You're actually embarrassing the people. You're actually making life difficult for these are your people. You are in charge of the people. You're supposed to make life easier for them, not harder for them. All right? As a leader, you are a leader, Moshe Rabbeinu. Understand your position. And Yisro, this is the Parshat that Yisro brought into Klal Yisrael. He brought them, he told them, Moshe Rabbeinu, listen, what you have to do is set up a tier system where you have the chiefs and you have the sub-chiefs, the deputies, the lower deputies. So you make leaders of thousands, leaders of hundreds, leaders of tens, leaders of 50s, whatever. The idea is you have to subdivide your power or delegate responsibility. That's what Moshe Rabbeinu, Yisro was telling him to do. Learn to delegate responsibility. You don't have to take everything upon your shoulders, right? If they have something difficult, they'll come to you. But you have to learn to delegate authority. It's the same with all of us. We have a house, let's say. We have a few kids. We have older kids. We have younger kids. We kind of delegate the authority to the older kids to take care of the younger kids. But one thing we have to know is that you are the supreme authority in the house, and you have to put everyone in their right place. You have to choose the right person for the right job. Rabbi Nachman told the story of the exchange children. This is not the time to tell the story, but it's about two children whose lives became mixed up. Each one ended up in the other's position. And whatever was going on, right, the end result of the story is that the true prince, the prince who was really the leader, who was really meant to be the person in power, the person in position, he told everyone how to put yourselves in the right position. That's what Yisro was doing. Yisro was telling every one of us, you have your place in society. You have your place in the household. You have your place in your community. Right? Be yourself. Don't be somebody else. Be yourself. That is one of the most important lessons. This is what the Rashi explains in the beginning of the Parsha. Yisro told Moshe, he added a Parsha in the Torah, right? Everyone has to be in their place, right? Know what your strengths are. Know what your weaknesses are. Whatever it is, stay in your position. Don't try, the grass is greener on the other side of the fence. Maybe. But maybe the neighbor is of a type of person who likes to take care of grass. And that's why it's greener. It doesn't mean that you have to be in that on that lawn. It doesn't mean that. It means you have to do your job and let your neighbor do his job. Everyone has their position. I don't have to fight for somebody else's position. Yitro told Moshe Rabbeinu, if you do this thing, you'll be able to take it. You as the leader, having delegated authority, you'll be free to do what it is you have to do in order to lead. And then this entire nation, each one will come to their place peacefully, without strife, without arguments. You don't have to fight with the neighbors. I don't have to fight for the position in shul. I can voice my opinion. Yeah, okay. Rabbi Nachman taught, the eternal of Israel will not lie. What's the connection between the eternal and lying or whatever? Rabbi Nachman teaches in Likutei Moharan, lesson 122, Hanitzachon eino sovel eto emet, that to be victorious, I cannot swallow the truth. If I have that attribute of victory, I must win. I must get my opinions across. I must have people follow what I say. If I have that attitude, then I won't accept the truth. Why not? Because if I'm so involved with all the different things that are taking place, if I see the person has a good idea, but I can't have it because then I won't win. So learn, as Yisro was teaching us, stay in your place. Don't go for victory, go for eternal truth. The eternal of Israel does not have falsehood. And that's one of the first major lessons that we have in Parshat Yisro, that everyone has to stay in their position. Why do you have to be in your position? Well, because God is giving us the Torah. God is giving us His wisdom. God is giving us the 10 Commandments, right? If He's going to give us the 10 Commandments, He's going to give us the entire Torah, then how am I going to be able to fulfill my obligation to myself, to my community, by doing what I do best? That's all that's required of us. Doing what I do best. If I can do that, if I can control myself, then I can receive the 10 Commandments. Then I can receive the Torah. I could see God, right? Because God revealed Himself when He gave over the 10 Commandments. If I accept upon myself the Torah, I'm accepting upon myself God. And then I can learn to experience Hashem and to be part with Hashem. I can internalize it. Okay? I would like to leave this parsha with a kind of on a light side, something that I said many, many years ago. The Torah tells us that Matan Torah, the Gemara tells us Matan Torah, the giving of the Torah, was given to us. It's like a chasana. It's like a wedding. It's a great wedding, a terrific wedding when Be'ezah Hashem, everyone is happy and joyous, and it's a great moment. Right? One of the things, the prerequisites of receiving the Torah was the pasuk says, for 3 days, al tikshu el isha, do not go near your wife. This was for reasons of purity, so that the Jews, when they accept the Torah, they will all be in a state of purity. So everyone will be pure. So in a light manner, I said once, when I was marrying off my first kid, I noticed that there's always a lot of tension in the family before a wedding. There's always a lot of tension and problems and difficulties that come up, right? Especially it's a parent and a child, especially a mother and daughter. There's incredible tensions that go on. And what I said then was giving the Torah is like a wedding, right? Torah, it says, Al Tikshu Elisha. If you want Torah, then you have to have a state of purity. Don't go near your wife. So too, when you're making a wedding, don't go near your wife. Let her do whatever she's doing for the wedding. Let her make the preparations, the color schemes, and what you're going to have, and the caterer, and all the things that take place. Don't bother with it. Take it easy, relax. That's also a lesson of Torah. I say that only in a light vein, so that we should have a little smile on our faces. Yitro Hashem, many of you will marry off your children. You'll understand what I mean. Those of you who have married off your children know what I mean. And may Hashem bless us all. There should always be simchas and joy and happiness. My granddaughter got engaged, so we're looking forward to a wedding. I imparted these words of wisdom to my son. Let him worry about it. May Hashem bless you all, that you all have joy and happiness, and we really experience the joy of receiving the Torah like we did at Sinai. And every day, as Rashi says, it should be new, and we should refresh ourselves. Amen v'amen. Have a good Shabbos and a good year. Kol tov.